Good evening, everyone. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use different file commands here in Linux. So the first thing we need to do is open our terminal. Click this, search for terminal, click. Okay, so this is our terminal. So the first command that we're going to learn for now is the command ls. So ls stands for list. And what it does is that it displays the different folders or files or directories that is inside that particular directory. And for now, we are in the main directory or the users directory. So by the time I click ls, it is displayed that we have desktop, downloads, music, public, videos, up to pictures and templates. So those are the directories that is inside the users directory. It can, if we were to create a file or a text in the users directory, it will show as well when we type the command ls. And so again, ls stands for list and it displays all the folders or files that is inside that particular directory. So the second command is the cd-dir. So cd stands for change directory and dir is a parameter. So dir is any name of a directory that you want to specify. So when it says that it is cd or change directory, it will move us to a different directory or to the directory that is being specified. So let's say for example we want to go to the directory called desktop. So I just have to type desktop. So first is cd and desktop. So change directory to desktop. So by the time I click this, we are already in the desktop directory. And we can do anything here what we want in here. We can either create a text or we can create another folder or a directory. So again, change directory and the parameter dir. So the next command that we're going to learn is the cd alone. So this is without the parameter. So cd or the change directory is that what it does is that it takes us back to the main directory or the users directory. So here we are again on the main directory, which contains the different folders that is being when we execute the ls command earlier, which is this. So we are in this directory again. So again, cd alone with no parameters. So the next command is the pwd. What it does is that it displays the information on what directory we are currently in. So in my case, since we are in the users directory, it will display us the information that we are in the Kyle directory, since it is the users directory. So we are in my directory or the Kyle directory. So pwd again is that it displays the information on what directory you are currently in, or what is the name of the directory that you are in as of the current. So that's it. And so the next command is the mkdir and the parameter again dir. So mkdir stands for make a directory. So end with the parameter directory. So what it does is that it creates or make a directory in that particular or what directory you are currently in. So if I were to change the directory or the dir parameter, let's say for example Moreno, so what it says is that make a directory for me called Moreno inside the users directory. So if I were to enter this, it is already successfully created. So if I were to go to files, here, it is successfully created. So we have the file name Moreno or the directory called Moreno. So again, mkdir stands for make directory with the parameter dir or a directory. Okay. So the next one that we will learn for now is the command called rm with the parameter file. Okay, so we have a parameter called file. But when you say file, it is an what do you call this? It is an executable document or something that is you can execute inside the computer. Let's say, for example, Google. Microsoft Word files. So if you click on it, it will display something. But here in Linux, on default, we do not have the selection in which if we right click on it, there is no option in which we can create another file or a file. So the first thing that we need to do right before we execute this command with the parameter file, we need to create a file. So we can use the command called touch. So the touch command with the parameter file. So what it does is that it creates a file. So it can either be a .html, like a web page, or a .txt, or anything that is supported with the Linux. With the, so okay, so touch with the parameter file. So we can either change the file parameter with, let's say, for example, my file.txt. So that is the file format. Okay. So touch my file.txt. But we can also to make things organized, we can go to the folder or the directory called Moreno. So we go to cd. So use the cd command and Moreno. Here we can create the file. So again, touch my file.txt. So okay, if I click this, inside the Moreno directory, it already successfully created the myfile.txt. So if I were to go back here, if I click the Moreno, there. So we have the .txt file with the name myfile. So it was already created. So that's what the touch command does. It creates a file. Earlier, we have the command that creates a directory. Now we have the command that creates a file or an executable file. So touch creates a executable file like a .txt or .html. So back here again from the command rm. Since we already have a file inside the Moreno and we are in the Moreno directory, we can execute this command already. So rm stands for remove and file is a parameter. Since we have a file called myfile.txt, we can change the file parameter with the myfile.txt. So as soon as I press enter, the myfile.txt has already been removed instantly. So we saw it being removed here. And the problem with this command is that there is no undo. So by the time that you execute this command, there is no turning back. So you cannot recover that particular file. It is permanently removed from that directory or folder. So the next command is the cp command. So it has two parameters, file1 and a file2. What it does is that, first off, cp stands for copy, and file1 is the first parameter, file2 is the second parameter. So from the left side, or the first file or the first parameter, it is the original file, and file2 or the second parameter is that it is the copy of the original file. So it copies from the original file and create a duplicate of that original file. It can be changed. You can either create another name of that particular file. So let's say, for example, our original file name is myfile.txt. So by the time that you want to duplicate that, you can change it to kyle.txt. So you have a duplicate of that file, but with a different name. But for now, since we do not have any file inside the Moreno folder or the directory, let's create another. So touch myfile.txt, and we are in the Moreno folder directory. So here we are again. We have the myfile.txt. So let's execute the command cp, then file1, which is the original document or text file. So we have myfile.txt, and the second parameter file2 is uh, what will be the name of the duplicate file from the myfile.txt. So let's say, for example, kyle.txt. So copy. So what it does is that duplicate this myfile.txt and name it to kyle.txt. So press enter. Inside the Moreno directory, we have successfully created the duplicate of myfile.txt with the name kyle.txt. So again, cp or copy with two parameters. Okay, so the next one will be the move command. So what is, move command or mv? With the same earlier, we have the copy and the move with the same numbers of parameters, file1 and file2. So what it does is that it does the same with the copy. What you need to do first is that this is the original, let's say for example myfile.txt, and we want to move the content of that particular file to another file. So that's the file 2. So let's say for example we want to move the contents of the myfile.txt to kyle.txt. By the time that I click this, it has merged. So what the content of myfile.txt has merged with the kyle.txt. So again, let's do it again. So we will create a file called um, list to-do list.txt. Okay, so we have a to-do list.txt. Let's open it. Let's edit it for now. So let's say we have the to-do list. Do your laundry and wash your shoes or clean your shoes. Clean your shoes. And 3, clean your room. Okay, let's save it. So it has contents. We have contents of the to-do list. Okay, what we're going to do right now, or our objective, is to move the contents of the to-do list.txt to the kyle.txt. So again, mv to-do list.txt to kyle.txt. Press enter. Okay. So the content of the to-do list.txt has been merged. So by the time we open this, it has the contents. So so what was inside, or the content of the to-do list.txt, it has been moved to the kyle.txt. It all okay. So again, mv or move. The first parameter is the original text. The original file, and what or where or what file do you want that original file to be moved. Okay. So mv again. So the next is the cat, or concatenate in short, file, or with the file parameter. So what it does is that earlier we have the touch command. The touch command with the file parameter only creates that particular file. It does not give us the option of or to create an input or put an input. In the cat with the greater than symbol and the file parameter, it gives us an option to create an input or type an input. So for that particular file. So we are here in the Moreno directory. If I change the file parameter with the again to-do list.txt. So we have the file called to-do list.txt again. Here, we are given an option to create, uh, I mean, to type an input for the to-do list.txt. So let's say, for example, we have the, again, earlier, clean your shoes, enter, So it creates a new line by the time you enter. Next is arrange your bedroom. Enter. New line. Number 3. Mm, what is it? Clean your house. Okay. So enter. And to exit, we just need to long press Control and D. So we already exited. So that's it. That's our input. And by the time that we enter or click the to-do list.txt, can stop this operation by clicking. Oh, wait, there. The to-do list.txt has the input that we have in the terminal. So it um, captures or catches what input we have specified to be in this txt file. So the clean your shoes, arrange your bedroom, clean your house. So this is like a step up to the command touch since we are given the option to make an input or type an input. So again, cat with the cat and with the greater than symbol and the file parameter. Okay, so the next command is the command more with the file parameter again. So let's say for example we want to check the to-do list.txt. So from the word more, it displays the information or all of the input inside that particular file. So for us, since we have this input inside our to-do list.txt, the clean your shoes up to clean your house, by the time that I inputted it inside the terminal with the command more and the file parameter, it shows us the input or what it contains. So clean your shoes, clean your house. So it displays information. Earlier, we have the ls command or the list command that shows the different folders and files inside a particular directory. Here we have a command that checks what is inside that particular file. So from ls that checks the directory and files inside the directory, here we checks what contents or information inside that particular file using the more command. Okay, so next is the head command with the parameter file. So what it does from earlier is that from the more command, it checks all of the input or the content inside. It displays all of the input or the content inside a particular file. This time, using the head command, it only displays the topmost information or content inside that particular file. So again, we're going to change the file parameter into to-do list.txt. By the time I click this, okay, so it already displays that our uh, topmost content or input are these three, but we can change this to capture or to understand the command head. So open this. We can create spaces. So if we were to create the spaces, say for example like this, click save, close. Mhm. So head command to-do list.txt. So it is expected that it will only display the input or the topmost input, clean your shoes. So enter there. So this is our I mean, topmost input or content inside the to-do list with these spaces. So it captures or it is understandable that it only displays the information that is in the topmost input of the to-do list file. And the counterpart of the head command is the tail file. So for this time, since we have the head command, the tail command only captures the input at the bottom of the file. So it only Okay. So if we use the tail command, it is expected that these two with the spaces in here will only be the information displayed after we execute the tail command. So okay, we're going to close this and tail, change the parameter file to to-do list.txt. There. So this is the tail or the bottommost part input of the to-do list file, to-do list.txt file. So that's it. We have um, we have learned about three 13 commands, approximately 13 commands, and those are the file commands that we can use here in Linux. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you have learned something.